Hooper swans are arriving from Iceland to spend the winter 50 miles south of the deer herd in Loch Leven. Their summer residence, 600 miles away, is much too cold to spend winter there. So they flee to the relatively balmy highlands. Like another group of Scottish animals. In Scotland's northeast lies the Moray Firth Inlet. Here, a school of fattened salmon have travelled a distance almost as great as the swans. The fish have been on a 400-mile journey from their feeding grounds in the Norwegian Sea. Most left this firth several years ago and are now homeward bound. The salmon are compelled to return to their native Scottish rivers, where they will mate. It's known as spawning. But to get to their final spawning place from the firth, they still face numerous hurdles. Many of the salmon arrived here in spring, slowly growing and transforming from sea to freshwater fish in preparation for their upriver journey. The firth's strong tides and currents channels them together, churning up the surface water. Although spring and early summer is when dolphins normally feed on salmon in the estuary, a small pod spots the shoal. Corralled, fattened salmon are too hard to resist for these expert hunters. The dolphins move in, picking them off. But the salmon are hard to swallow whole, and the dolphin regurgitates and tries again. This time, he gets the right angle. The lucky salmon manage to escape upriver. But their journey has only just begun. This female has to swim against the flow for another 100 miles. If she makes it back to her home ground, she will lay her eggs to be fertilized by a male who is attempting the same journey. But first, she'll have to battle shallow water and worse, waterfalls. For a fish, it looks impossible. She'll have to leap 10 feet or more to reach the upper river to continue her journey. And many fail. Now it's late autumn. Rain has filled up the Highlands rivers and burns. This is a welcome deluge for the struggling school of salmon. After setting off from the Norwegian Sea months ago, a female has finally made it, travelling 500 miles to her spawning grounds. The large males have yet to turn up. Just some small salmon called precocious parr flit around. They are adult salmon males who never went to sea to fatten up. But the female won't want to mate with these small ones. The males she's interested in soon arrive on the scene. But the female's got to make ready the nursery first. She busies herself preparing her nest for the fertilized eggs. By flicking her tail, she creates a depression in the gravel ready for them. Now she's ready to spawn. But who will be the lucky male? After a journey of 500 miles, a female salmon has reached her home river and is ready to mate. A big male moves in beside her to trigger her egg release by quivering close to her body. But nothing. He tries again, and this time he shows her his impressive jaw hook. Still no response. Another male sidles up to try his luck. He quivers too. Suddenly, she releases her eggs, and he releases his sperm in a cloud. But the first male is not to be outdone, and rushes in to release his sperm too. And none of them notice that a tiny parr was hiding nearby, releasing his own. When everything settles, it may be the precocious parr's genes that are passed on instead of his bigger rivals. It's all fair in love and war. All over the river, developing eggs must now wait for spring before hatching. Many adults will survive and return to their ocean feeding grounds. And next year, run the river gauntlet again.